Hello, wonderful learners. What time is it? It is mathematics time. Oh, yeah. I hope you are all ready for today's lesson. Good. Learners, I'm Joseph Techi, your facilitator for Mathematics Basic 4. Learners, we are still looking at numbers. Now we are on numbers part 5. And under that, we are looking at skip counts forward and backwards by hundreds. Remember the numbers part 4, we looked at skip counts forward and backwards by 50s. But now, today, we are looking at skip counting forward and backward by hundreds. But learners, before we come to today's lesson, let us try and then answer the homework I gave to you yesterday. This was the homework, and you were asked to write the next 3 counts in the following skip counting by 50s. The first one, we have 250, and the next one was 300 and 300. So it tells us clearly that they added 50 to it for this to become 300. So this one, we are supposed to add 50 and you get 350. This one too, when you add 50 to this, you get 400. And 400, when you add 50, you get 450. Now let's come to the second one. It was 360. And we were lucky, the next number was given to us 310. So 360, they have added 50 to it to become 310. So this 310, you also have to add 50 to it to become 360. So 360, when you add 50 to it, it becomes what? 410. And 410, when you add 50 to it, you get 460. Let's come to the third one. The third one, the first number was 120. So 120, we were fortunate. We were lucky. The next number was given to us. So 170. So it means that 120, they added 50 to it to become 170. So this 170, when you add 50 to it, you get 220. So 220, when you add 50 to it, you get 270. And with this 270, when you add 50 to it, you get 320. Learners, I hope the homework, you had everything. If you got everything, then thumbs up. If you get any of them wrong, then you try and then do the corrections. Good. So let's come to today's lesson. We are saying we are looking at numbers, and under the numbers, we want to look at skip counting forward and backward by hundreds. Let us look at our objective. Our objective is by the end of the lesson, you will be able to skip count forward and then backwards by hundreds. Learners, yesterday I demonstrated to you when it comes to forward and then backward. Today I want to repeat. Look at my position where I stand. When I want to move forward, you will see that I will move towards you. When I want to move backwards, then you see I'll move away from you. I can also turn my position this way, and when I want to move forward, you will see I'll move towards your right direction. So I'll move this way. That is forward. So if I want to come backwards or move backwards, you see I'll move towards your left direction, this way. So today we are saying we are looking at skip count forward and backward by hundreds. Now, let us look at something. I have some objects on this table. Let's try and then count them. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is 5. So, when I was counting, I want to tell me whether I counted forward or I counted backward. I counted forward because I was moving towards the right direction from where you are looking at me. Okay, let's look at this one too. Now I want to start from here. And this is 5. Or these are 5 objects here. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. So this one too, did I count forward or backward? You realize that I counted backwards because I was moving to the left direction. Now, learners, let's come to the board. Here I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and then 100. This one I was counting forward because I was moving to the right direction based on what I demonstrated right now. When I want to count backwards, then it means I have to start from here. 100, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, and then 10. So here we said we want to count by hundreds. Now, let's look at something here. Now I have 100 here. I want to count forward. But here there is nothing. Here too there is nothing. But here we have 400 here. And this one 500. This one we have 600. This one 700. This one 800. And then 900. So I want you to look at it. Is it forward count or backward count? 1, they are moving to the right direction. 2, they are adding. So we are doing the forward count. And this one is 100. What do you think it will be here? Sometimes we get lucky. For the first number will be there, and then the second number will be there. So we'll look at it very fast. We get the concept, we get the idea very fast. But here, the first one, nothing is there. The first one, 100 is there. But the second one, nothing is there. The third one, too, nothing is there. But the fourth one, 400 is there. The fifth one, 500 is there. The sixth one, 600. So it tells us clearly that they are adding 100 to it. So when I come, this is 100. Then I will add 100 so that this one becomes what? 200. Now let's see if it is 200. Wow. Have you seen? 200 is there. So with this 200, the next number will be what? Look at this one. This one was 100. And now the second one is 200. So it tells us that the third one will be what? 300. So that is it. Now, learners, we are saying that when we skip count forward in hundreds, we've seen that. Here, the first number was what? 100. So we are supposed to add 100 to it. And this is what we did to get 200, which is here. So with the 200, we also add another 100 to it so that we get what? 300. And that is what we find it here. So 300, we add another 100 to it. Then we get what? 400. That is why we have our 400 here. Then this 400 is here. So when you add another 100 to it, then you get what? 500. So with this 500 is here, and it is also here. So they have added 100 to it. So that here becomes what? 600. And with this 600, now they have also added 100 to it, so that we get what? 700. And the 700, you have seen that they have also added 100 to it, so that we get what? 800. And that is why we have 800 here. And this 800, they have also added 100 to it. And then we get what? 900. So you've seen that they are skip counting by hundreds, meaning they are adding 100. They are skip counting forward by hundreds. So here it means that they are adding 100 to every number. They add 100 to every number. Learners, I told you yesterday, and I want to remind you today, that recently all the public schools in Ghana wrote external examination, and there was question on this, where some people were finding it difficult to answer. So by the end of this lesson, next time, now you people have come to P4. When it gets to your turn and question is being asked on this, I hope and strongly believe that you will answer it with ease. Now let's come to this one too. We have skip count forward. Now we want to also try and skip count backward by hundreds. Remember, I said when we are skip counting forward, we add. And when we are skip counting backward, we subtract. So let's look at it. Now, I have this number, 900. 900 is here. 900 is here. The second number, we don't know. The third number too, we don't know. So how do we write the second number, the third number? But the fourth number is written there, 600. Then I will move further. This is first number, second number, third number. And then fourth number, 600. Fifth number, 500. This number, 400. So it means that when you look at it very well, we will find it that, or we will realize that it is being reduced by 100. They are subtracting 100 from it. So if this is 900, then it means I have to subtract 100 from the 900. So when I subtract this 100 from this 900, I'll get 800. So the next number will be what? 800. Please let us look at it and see whether they have written 800 there or not. Aha, 800 is there. You've seen it. So this 800 too, it means the next one, we are supposed to subtract 100 from this 800 to get what? 700. So let's find out whether 700 is there. 700 is there. So this 700, we also have to subtract this 100 from 700. And we will get what? 600. That is why 600 is there. And this 600, we are supposed to subtract 100 from this 600. And we will get what? 500. That is why we have 500 here. And this 500, when you subtract 100 from this 500, you get 400. That is why you have the 400 there. So the 400, when you subtract 100 from this 400, what will you get? Aha. I want you to look at it. Aha. It will be 300. So this 300, when you subtract 100, this 100, you subtract it from this 300, you get what? 200. That is why we have the 200 there. And this 200, this is 200. This is 200. When you subtract 100 from this 200, you get what? 100. That is why we have the 100 there. So you've seen that. Here If it is 900, we are skip counting backward by 100. So if the first one is 900, the next one you are supposed to subtract. So we get 800, 700, 600, 500, 400, 300, 200, and then 100. So learners, what I have observed through this lesson, what I have seen through this lesson is that when we are skip counting forward, we add. And when we are skip counting backwards, we subtract. So take note of it. Sometimes skip counts, they will give you the first number and then the second number. Then they will ask you to find the rest of the numbers. Sometimes too, they want the thing to be a little bit difficult. So they will give you the first number, but the second number will not be given. The third number will not be given. Then the rest of the numbers will be given to you. So you have to look at it very well and see whether they are skip counting forward or they are skip counting backward. And when they are skip counting forward, look at the difference. When they are skip counting backward too, now look at the difference. It's the difference that will tell you the missing numbers. So that if it is skip count forward, you add. So that if it is skip counting backward, you subtract. This is very, very easy. When it comes to when you see this on your examination paper, you have to clap, and then you write the answer or the answers with ease, without finding it difficult at all. Learners, I don't want to leave you behind. I want you to give you something so that you also try your hands on it. I always tell you that mathematics is very, very easy. The whole thing is that it needs constant practicing. Now that you've learned this, you also have to take your book, you sit down, and then you work more examples. Trying to work more examples, then you get the whole thing at your fingertips. So that whenever they ask you questions, you find it very, very easy to answer. That note, I'll not leave you like that. I want to give you this homework. Write the next 3 counts in the following skip counting by 100. So the first one, we have 600. Look at this one. We have what? 500. When we come to this one, number 2, we have 400 and then 500. So you will tell me the numbers here. Then when you come to number 3, we have 210. Then this one, the next one was 310. So you will tell me the answers there. Learners, on that note, I draw my curtain down. Same time tomorrow we meet. Bye.